Hi guys, this is Miss Anderson, and this is part 2 of our How to Write an Explanatory Essay. So if you have not watched part 1 yet, please pause this video, go back and watch part 1. Write your notes and then bring your notes to this tutorial, okay? Now, if you have watched part 1 and you have your notes, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay. There we go. All right. So we learned that the first step in the writing process is to generate an outline or to do your pre-writing, where you're going to write down your thoughts so that you have a guide in which to go when you start doing your drafting. Okay. So that's what I have done here on the screen. Okay. So the topic, remember, we're using for the example, the memoir from Jeanette Walls called The Glass Castle. And so of the many themes that we learned from that memoir after we finished reading it, I chose dreams, okay? Because the book was full of dreams. Everyone had a dream, and some of their dreams came true and some of their dreams did not, and I felt like that was a really good example in which to explain, okay? So take a look at this. So my topic is dreams, and here is my example of my thesis statement. Dreams can help us reach as far as the stars, and on the other hand, dreams can hinder us from doing the right thing. Okay, so that's my thesis statement. That's my it includes my topic, and it is what my essay is going to talk about, okay? And then my 3 main points are going to be how dreams negatively affected Rex Walls, how dreams negatively affected Rosemary's life, and then how dreams positively affected Jeanette Walls' life. So we see in that memoir how Rex had a dream. He had lots of dreams, in fact, okay? Remember, he had the dream of building the glass castle. He had the dream of the prospector. There was another dream that he had that I can't recall, but he was full of dreams that did not materialize for some reason, And then that's the same with Jeanette's mom, Rosemary, okay? She had dreams of being an artist, and so both of their dreams didn't really materialize. Yet Jeanette Walls, she had decided at age 13, if we remember from the memoir, that she was going to not live the same life as her parents, And so she had a dream to work as a journalist, okay? But she found success in her dreams. And I would really love for you to tell me what's the difference between Jeanette's dreams and her parents' dreams, okay? I would really love to hear from you, my student, and tell me what was the difference between Jeanette achieving her dreams and her parents not achieving their dreams. But anyway, here we go. So we know that in our introduction paragraph, we need that hook. We need that famous attention getter in order to pull our reader in and make them want to continue reading. So of our 3 types of hooks, surprising fact, a description, or asking a question, for this essay example, I decided to ask a question, okay? So check it out. In fact, I ask a series of questions, and for every question you ask, it's meant to be theoretical, to make your reader think, but you still want to give your reader some idea of where you're going, with that question. So take a look at this example. Have you ever had a dream? Of course you have. So I asked a question, then I answered it. Have you ever had a dream that you wanted really badly? Maybe. Have you ever had a dream that did not materialize? Maybe. Yes. No. What makes our dreams possible is our work towards making them come true. So therefore, I'm going to combine that with the other things that go into my introduction paragraph, and that's going to generate some interest for my reader, and they're going to want to continue to read, okay? So in your essay, your explanatory essay, okay, think about if you can ask some questions about your topic, think about, if questions would fit, or would it be better for you to use a description or a surprising fact, you know? So it just depends on the topic, and it depends on how creative you are toward, you know, making it work. So it just takes for you to do that brainstorming, okay? All right, let's continue. So we're going to look at an example, okay? And so just to reiterate from our first video, our introduction paragraph is going to include our attention getter, which is our hook. It's going to include some background information for us, for just in case the reader hasn't read the memoir. It's going to include our thesis statement, that statement that I just read to you, and it's going to include our 3 main points, okay? So that's our introduction paragraph. Then we're going to have 3 main body paragraphs, okay? And those are going to coincide with our 3 main points that we're going to make. They're going to include a transition word or phrase. Each body paragraph is going to include a topic sentence, what that paragraph is about. It's going to include our main idea. And then we're going to explain that main idea, because after all, this is an explanatory essay. And then we're going to have citations taken from the book. So now we have 4 paragraphs, and then that brings us to our conclusion. We're going to have our concluding transition. We're going to restate our thesis and our main ideas, and then we're going to leave an impression on the reader, okay? All right, so let's take a look at the example here. And you know, in my classroom, you are, of course, free to use the example. Here is an example of my outline, if you want to take a look at that. And so there's my topic, okay? I use from our list of essay topics, I use number 3. And number 3 also asked a question about family, money, addiction, responsibility, and faith. All of those could be a topic for your essay, okay? And so then that question, who currently influences you the most, that can be included in your conclusion paragraph, okay? So all of these essay topics are great to write with, okay? But if you want to narrow it down, money played a big part in the memoir. Family played a big part, you know, good and bad, you know? And then faith, how does faith play? You know, how did Jeanette's parents raise her to believe, you know, in terms of God and religion and things like that? So here is mine, okay? So I went and I wrote my thesis. I wrote my topic first, okay? And then I thought about the 3 things I wanted to write about in terms of my topic being dreams. And I just figured I would use 2 negatives and 1 positive, okay? Because although that was one of the many themes in the book, was that Jeanette reached success even though her parents had not reached success through their dreams, you know, and that's very important. That's a life lesson for us, you know, and that's what themes are. They're morals, they're lessons for us to apply to our own lives. So how we apply that is just because someone else's dream does not come true, that does not mean that we still cannot dream and work towards our dream coming true, you know? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, but let's get to the example. All right, our example essay, which is what we all came to see, right? Just kidding. All right, so here's the example. I gave it a page header, as you know to do. And then, you know, I have a title here, and you're going to think of a nice creative title, okay? So I'm not going to read the whole entire essay to you. I think I am going to read the introduction and conclusion, and then maybe 1 of the body paragraphs, okay? All right. Have you ever had a dream? Of course you have. Have you ever had a dream that you wanted really badly? Maybe. Have you ever had a dream that did not materialize? Maybe. Yes. No. What makes our dreams possible is our work toward making them come true. Jeanette Walls, in her memoir, The Glass Castle, shows the reader how dreams can heavily influence a person's life. Background information that tells the reader where I got this information. Dreams can help us reach as far as the stars And on the other hand, dreams can hinder us from doing the right thing. That's my thesis statement. We see the outcomes of dreams, both good and bad, in Rex and Rosemary's lives and in Jeanette's life. While success is not measured by the amount of money a person makes, having money can sure help a person become successful. So that's a part of my thesis as well. I am telling the reader that Jeanette's parents their dreams did not materialize. However, Jeanette's did, okay? And so dreams they can positively influence us and they can negatively influence us. Because if you remember from the memoir, Rex Wall, in his pursuit of the glass castle, he kind of gave the kids like this fantasy, that he was going to one day build this glass castle. But in the meantime, the day-to-day, he couldn't keep a job. He was drinking all the time and he could not provide for his family. So that's a fantasy that you live in, where you think something is going to happen, but you're not working towards making it happen. That's a fantasy. And so that's one of the things that we see, because we all love and believe in our parents, but all right, so let's continue. So that was how dreams negatively affected Jeanette's dad, Okay, so I am going to read this paragraph, one of the body paragraphs to you, okay? And then I'm going to share this essay with you so that you can see the other two body paragraphs, so that you can have it as an example and a model for writing your essay, okay? All right, here we go. So look for the things that you have in your notes, okay? In your notes, you should have transition, you should have the topic sentence, you should have the main idea, explanation, and citation, okay? So make sure you see all of those things in this paragraph. And then listen to how it sounds as well. To begin, in the memoir, we see how Rex tells the kids about his dream of building a house made of glass, built in the desert and relying on solar panels for electricity. He even has the kids help him build the blueprints for the glass castle. All throughout the memoir, we see Jeanette and her siblings sharing in his dream of building the glass castle. When Dad wasn't telling us about all the amazing things he had already done, he was telling us about the wondrous things he was going to do, like build the glass castle. He carried the blueprints for the glass castle wherever we went, and sometimes he would pull them out and let us work on the designs for our room. The memoir describes how Dad wanted to live a life free of the system and authority. The problem with Dad's dreams is that it caused his family to live in poverty. Dad could not and would not keep a job to support his family. Even when the family moved to Welch, West Virginia, the kids, still believing in Dad's dream, dug a huge hole in the backyard in order to lay the foundation for the glass castle. When Dad said to throw their trash into the hole, this may have been the beginning of a change in Jeanette's perception of her father's dreams, and how Dad's dreams have been fantasies that he told himself and the family. Because if you go back in the memoir, that is where I believe Jeanette started to mature and started to understand, hey, this dream might not come true, and all the while because see, that's one of the points that she's trying to make, is that she lived her entire childhood thinking that her dad's dream was going to come true, that he was going to build this, because she's defended him, to many people. And so I think she begun to understand that, dreams don't always come true. In this example, we see how Rex's dreams negatively impacted his family with the illusion that one day they would have a glass castle, when in reality, this dream was never going to materialize without hard work. So Dad had great dreams. And Dad, I believe that he was smart enough, intelligent enough, and had the skills to reach those dreams, okay? but not to be judgmental on another person, because no one, we haven't walked in his shoes, so we can't fully judge him. We can only, from the outside, looking in, just opinionate as to why. But I believe that Dad could have, if he had made other choices. I believe he could have made that dream come true. Okay, so that was an example of the first body paragraph. So remember, I'm not going to read the second body paragraph, so you can pause it here. There's the second body paragraph. I used a different type of quotation. I took a quotation from the internet, so make sure you check that out. Make sure you put the link in your document so that I can go back, okay? I have actually 2 quotes in this paragraph, and that's the end of the second paragraph. There's the third body paragraph, and here is the conclusion paragraph. So I am going to read the conclusion. So the first 2 paragraphs, first paragraph talks about Rex not achieving his dream or dreams negatively impacting a person's life. The second body paragraph was on Jeanette's mom, and her dreams negatively impacted her. Oh, we could write another book on, because most of Jeanette's memories are of neglect of her mom and in her mom's pursuit of her dream of being an artist. She, at some point did not want to go to work, at her teaching job, things like that. She even wanted the kids to get a job. Her and Dad had a huge fight because he wasn't working. She felt like she wanted to concentrate on her artistry. And so all to the expense of her children, So we see how dreams also negatively affected Mom as well, okay? And then the third body paragraph brings a positive, how dreams positively affected, because Jeanette, once she realized that, she had a choice, and she didn't have to live the same life as her parents, that's when she, I think, made the dreams to have something else, to want something else, that was the beginning of her road to success, and so she worked hard, she got a job as a proofreader, yay, proofreader, and then became a reporter, and then became a journalist. So she found success in the exact same career field that her mom wanted. Her mom wanted to be a journalist as well, But anyway, let's go ahead and read the conclusion paragraph, because we can spend all day on this memoir and the themes that come from it, All right, so here's the conclusion. To conclude, dreams can come true if we are willing to work hard for them. In Jeanette Walls' memoir, we see both her parents had dreams that did not materialize. Jeanette, on the other hand, decided to move away from her parents and through hard work found success in her career. We can conclude that dreams can have either a positive or a negative effect on our lives. Dreams can be positive by giving us goals in which to work toward, and dreams can also be negative by giving us a false sense of reality, as we see in the glass castle through Jeanette's parents. So, and here's my kicker, the question now becomes, how hard are you willing to work to achieve your dreams? And that ends my explanatory essay. So I began with a question and I ended with a question, okay? So as you know, you are free to upgrade or use the example, okay? You want to use one of the other topics, the many other themes from the memoir, okay? And you want to do the exact same thing that I did. Choose 3 ideas from the memoir that you can. Then make sure you find some citations. You want to either quote the memoir or you want to quote Jeanette, okay? Or whoever is doing the speaking, all right? Or it fits in your example, all right? Then once you finish, you want to proofread, okay? Proofread. And then you want to have someone else read it, okay? And then once you're finished, you are good to go, all right? So on the screen here are some examples of the other themes that we pulled out. It's not inclusive. This is not all of the themes, because this is, in hindsight, reading this book, you can go in a lot of different directions, So, but here's some themes: alcoholism, forgiveness, neglect, perseverance. Perseverance is a big one. It's a good one. How did Jeanette persevere through the hardships? Okay, remember the things she had to do? Remember the braces? How she tied rubber bands around her teeth to make braces? That's perseverance, ladies and gentlemen. Remember how she had to eat the trash, the leftover trash at school in order to, to keep from starving? That's perseverance. What about homelessness? Okay, Jeanette was homeless when they were living in a desert under the stars, in their car, sleeping in their car. That's homelessness, What about her parents being homeless, What about love? Now, despite the hardships in this memoir, there was love. Jeanette's mom and dad, I believe, truly loved them. And then Jeanette, she had unconditional love for her parents as a child. Philia is that family love. She was very devoted. In fact, she was the most devoted to her dad. And then romantic love. Jeanette didn't receive a lot of attention, even from boys, we learned when she was going through high school. But when she became an adult, even though her first marriage didn't work, she still found success, romantic love with her second husband. So she's successful by all measurements, in both her career and her personal life. So to go from the hardships that she goes through, and she's still able to find success, the lesson for us is there's really no excuse, All right, guys. So I wanted to make this video very short, okay? Please use the example. Please upgrade the example. And please be original in your writing, okay? Good luck to you. Thank you. Bye.